When we had last left the Sentinel, they were exploring the city of Dazra on Varun Kai, and it was there that they ran into all manner of folks who needed help with some issue or the other. Some involving politics between the houses, others involving going out to a weird, strange murder shack in the middle of nowhere. Now it was time to go to the Halls of Healing and seek out one of the contacts there. This is Starfield. Welcome back. There we are. Let me double check here real quick just exactly what it is we're meeting there for. Kizrani Dulkef informed me that supplies may have gone missing from Dazra, unrelated to the Cataclysm. She asks that I take up the investigation on behalf of her missing cousin, Ukaru. Okay, good. Just making sure we're on the right track, because we have picked up quite a few, which, actually, I think we should do this immediately before we pick up more and, like, sort of lose track of the narrative thread.
Can I have a word?
Well, well, what can you do? Okay.
The requests for aid and supplies never cease.
It seems that way. What's up?
Thank you for stopping to talk to me. My name is Lijana Dulkev. Normally, I would ask how I can help you, but under the circumstances, I'm the one who needs help. I oversee the delivery of goods to those living outside the city. Unfortunately, I lost one of my couriers to the recent catastrophe. I have sought a replacement, but extra hands are in desperately short supply.
I'm surprised that the couriers aren't like robots. You know, in fact, we've seen very few robots so far. I'm genuinely sorry to hear that. And now the deliveries are piling up. I'm not sure I can be much help in finding a replacement. I am the replacement. Let's say this. I'm not sure I can be much help in finding a replacement.
No, of course not. You're new here. But please, I beg you, hear what I have to say. I wouldn't normally seek help from someone I don't know. However, I am not above admitting my situation. The truth is, this is about more than just a business transaction. It is very important to me that someone makes these deliveries as soon as possible.
Under the circumstances, I'm sure your customers understand the delay. It's a difficult time for everyone. Why the urgency? Is this something personal? Have you tried praying to the Great Serpent for help? Why the urgency? Is this something personal? I feel like this is like something sneaky, right? We're breaking the law here. Why the urgency? Is this something personal?
The truth is, I am new to this position. When I
Really?
assumed these duties, it was impressed upon me that I would carry a great burden. The ministry has never failed to make a timely delivery. Our reputation in this regard is flawless. That reputation and my position are both now in jeopardy.
Have you tried praying to the Great Serpent for help?
With every rising and setting of the great star, yes. And often at midday as well. Perhaps the Great Serpent has guided your path to me in answer to my prayers.
I'm curious if there's like any significant contingent of people on Varun Kai who do not worship or even believe in the Great Serpent's existence, you know? Under the circumstances, I'm sure your customers understand the delay.
The delay has been too long already. If the situation is not resolved soon, the people will begin to lose faith in us. I cannot allow that. It is my duty to uphold our high standards. Time is wasting, so I will get to the point. I would like you to be my new courier. Our deliveries are paid upon arrival. You can keep the payments for yourself. The Ministry of Commerce has a sterling reputation, and it is my duty to uphold it, no matter the cost.
I think that we should help her. Those supplies might be important, perhaps even vital.
They are indeed, and our customers have been waiting far too long to receive them. Please tell me that you will accept. Don't force me to beg on my knees where all can see.
Wait, would you really do that? Sure, I'll take the job. It would be an honor to serve House Dulkef. I believe you actually would. I believe you actually would beg, but I'll let you off the hook. So I'm just delivering stuff and getting paid? No need to return after? How many deliveries are we talking about? So I'm just delivering stuff and getting paid? I don't even have to return?
That's correct. Just make the deliveries and collect payment. There's no need to report back. The money is yours to keep. Saving our reputation is payment enough for me.
How will you... How could you trust that I would do it, though? Right? If your, like, postal service is so reliable, why are you trusting it to a completely brand new person who's never been on this planet before, right? Like, I don't know. I get that times are hard, but is this just, like, trash mail? Like, is this actually important packages? It sounds like it's supplies, right? I feel like I probably wouldn't give it to me to deliver. How many deliveries are we talking about?
Only 3 packages. Hardly a burden. With that being said, it is a dangerous time to travel outside the city, so be vigilant.
Oh, these are deliveries outside the city. All right, I'll take the job.
You have lifted a great weight from my shoulders. I thank you. Here are the packages. One is for Alikja Dalka, who you can find at a nearby growth farm. Another is for Firan Nostal, who is working on some repairs at Hamati Station. The last is for Lazim Balian, who can be found at the shrine to the north of the city. May the Great Serpent grant you swift and safe travels.
All right. Quest leading us around to some points of interest, I'm sure. We will do that later. Let's head on in here. Halls of healing.
Yes.
Hey, citizen.
Diviner.
Anything with you?
Diviner.
Rise and shine. Guess you wake up and already know it's me. Okay.
Miss, I'm sorry, but I cannot just give you supplies. We are stretched razor thin as it is.
You are a herald, are you not? Is it not your job to help those
I
in
pray
need?
that the Great Serpent
Why
delivers
will you
us
not
from
help
this
my
soon.
family,
We
my
cannot take
children?
much more of this.
We have examined your children and found that they were not in immediate need of treatment. Other patients are in more dire circumstances and require assistance.
So you will not help my children unless they are dying? This is preposterous. They are sick and suffering.
I do not like it any more than you do, but that is exactly what I am saying. Your children will be fine if the Great Serpent wills it.
You! Damn you! Damn you all!
Oh my god.
Salutations.
Oh, hey.
Diviner?
Oh, I'm surprised you don't have a quest for me to give your children some sort of restorative.
What do you require?
Hello. Oh, I can't even talk to you. Yeah, let's go back around here.
Diviner?
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Notepad. Okay. Hanton Irara.
Oh, it's you. Let me make one thing very clear. You will receive no preferential treatment. No free treatments, no free supplies. We barely have enough as it is.
That suits me fine. That's disappointing. Okay, that's fine.
Good. Please understand, I have not been myself lately. You found me at a bad moment. The stress of everything is becoming overwhelming, but that is no excuse to act like I just did. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can't imagine running into anyone in this city and having found them in a good moment, all things considered. Apology accepted. Well, keep the attitude in check next time. Oh, apology accepted.
I appreciate that. Now, may I help you with something?
I need help, Doc. I could use some medical supplies. How do you feel about the disaster? How did you become a healer? How is morale over here? How do you feel about the disaster?
Exhausted, drained, hopeless. I am not sure what brought this disaster upon us, whether it was the Great Serpent's wrath, or a horrible accident, or something else. But what I do know is that these people who are suffering, they did not deserve any of this.
It's easy to fall into hopelessness, but I know that Dazra will recover. It's hard to imagine Dazra ever recovering from this. If it was the Great Serpent's wrath that brought this on Dazra, then some of them did deserve it. Some of them did deserve it. Oh my god. Okay. It's easy to fall into hopelessness, but I know that Dazra will recover.
I do not believe your optimism is warranted, frankly, but I will admit it is a nice change of pace. I hope you are right. But for now, it is hard for me to believe that we will ever crawl out of this hole.
Well, perhaps we need only slither out of the hole. Great serpent, you feel me? It's a snake. How did you become a healer?
I had little choice in the matter, as everyone in my family has been in this profession. As soon as I came of working age, my father would set me beside him and have me aid his procedures.
Okay, well, what did you do as a child? Did you do anything important? Do you ever wish you went into a different profession?
I am unsure. I think about that at times. Did I become a healer just to appease my father? Should I have pushed back and traveled another path in life? Well, I must stop ruminating. This type of talk is inappropriate around patients.
I think everybody thinks that, How is morale over here?
Deflated? But morale really has no place in the halls of healing.
Really?
My healers are exhausted, frustrated, hungry, even scared. Yet they carry on. It is what is expected of us all. We suffer so others may survive.
Good lord, okay. Could I get some medical supplies?
Please, only purchase what you need.
Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, I'm gonna need a purple, I'm gonna need a couple reds, 2 yellows, how about an orange, couple blues, how many, I'll take a purple too, oh you got another yellow, I'll take those, and 2 of your finest reds. Thank you. And anything else I can sell off here? Let's see, let's get rid of some of these weapons, huh? Should I ditch the microgun, maybe? I don't know. Get rid of the Novalite. Solstice. Calibrated weapon here. I will sell... well, maybe none of those. Maybe this. Extended Mag Explorer's Advanced Solstice. Should I get rid of this? I'll get rid of this Beowulf. I'll take the hit. Okay. I could use some help, or I need help.
See what I am dealing with. That looks worse than it actually is.
Oh, I don't have any sort of long-lasting ailment. Okay, never mind.
If you would clear some space for us, then.
All right, good talk.
If you'll excuse me, then.
Who else was named in here? Yeah, you. Vasilis Voria.
Serpent's Grace, are you a new volunteer? I was told you'd be coming yesterday. Or was it today? By Jinan. What day even is it?
Man, this place is dense. Are you about to give me another quest? It's Tuesday. This is the first I'm hearing of any volunteer work. What do I look like, a calendar? I have no idea. Is it Tuesday? What do I look like, a calendar?
But you are my volunteer, correct? I hope so, for both our sakes. My name is Vasilis. I am a Herald's assistant.
Who is Herald?
I was, until the cataclysm took out much of the city and half of the people with it. Now I'm part healer, caretaker, warrior. The list goes on and on.
I imagine it's trial by fire. That's a long list. All must serve, especially in these times. Why has your role changed? Yeah, let's ask.
Much of the city is just gone, as well as much of our staff and facilities. So we've all been rushed into larger roles with inferior tools. We're stretched thin and wound tight. I feel like the skin on a balloon. I am hoping you can help let the air out.
Well, let's deliver some rhetoric. All must serve, especially in these times.
Yes, and serve at a capacity beyond that which we are capable of. You don't need Jinan's sight to see things are bad. No, bad is the wrong word. What happened here was tectonic. And while the wounded are being tended to, I'm most concerned with those in the city who haven't sought help. What we need is for people to check in on the elderly and the infirm.
Whoa, kid stuff. I check in on my parents all the time, so I got experience. I can help you check in on a few folks. Not right now. Leave them. It's survival of the fittest. Why the elderly and infirm? we're just like a completely self-absorbed, callous individual. Why do we care about the elderly and the infirm? What? Man, you know, I was thinking we should be caring about less people, in fact. You know? Anybody who has any sort of unique need, maybe we should just let them die. Good Lord. Why the elderly and infirm?
They lead more sedentary lives, which means they are more likely to be stuck in their homes in need of help, but having no way to get it.
Right. Once again, the issue sort of arising of like a communication problem. You know, they don't have a network of intercoms or telephones or anything like that. All right, let's do a kid stuff check. I check in on my parents all the time, so I got experience.
Oh, then it seems the Great Serpent has brought you here for a reason.
What's this person doing back here?
I would like you to start with Reagan Ueda. His home is not too far from here, near the Halls of Obedience. I need two things. One, see if he's okay, and two, make sure he's taking his medicine. Plus, it will be good for him to see a friendly face, to give his spirits a lift.
What can you tell me about Reagan? Why does Reagan need medicine? Can you heal people? Where were you during the cataclysm? Are you being overworked? Are you being overworked? What made you want to be a herald? What can you tell me about Reagan?
He's long in the tooth and a tad absent-minded.
Relatable.
So, don't worry about distracting him. He'll do that all on his own.
Why does he need medicine?
It's to help with his memory. It's a bit scattered already, and he has trouble remembering where he left things. I've heard stories that he's taken to hoarding.
Oh.
That doesn't sound good, but maybe it'll help him keep his mind busy. Just trying to think of the bright side. Sort as that may be around here.
Frankly, at least in video games, also relatable. Can you heal people?
About that. So, I was on the fast track to be a herald once upon a time. Emphasis on the was. Turns out I'm a bit squeamish when it comes to blood and viscera. So for now, if you're hurt, talk to Hantan Irara. She's far more qualified. That's not to say I won't be capable someday. It's my dream, after all, to become a herald. But one cannot serve the house without first carving the dagger. You got interrupted maybe by the wind? I'm sure there's a good reason you're not saying anything.
I was listening to you. I'm so surprised that they continued on with all of the like idle dialogue. You know, it's so like above and beyond. I feel like very few people would have minded whether or not every NPC that you can talk to in the game has something that they say when they're like, "Why aren't you talking?" You know? Where were you during the cataclysm?
I was on my way to the Scaled Citadel when I saw a bird in flight pass overhead. It inspired me to write a hymn, so I stopped in my tracks to reach for my slate.
Wow.
I had barely started typing when I noticed the ground spilling at the edge of my feet.
Spilling?
I looked down, then up, to see a vast crater of nothing before me, and fell to my knees. I can see
Wow,
for
that is
certain I was
wild.
there, at the very line between life and death.
Yeah, that is so wild.
But I never witnessed the Vortex perform its terrible works of death and devastation. Somehow, that troubles me more.
God, yeah, you didn't even notice
I
it.
wondered why I was spared, when so many were lost. Perhaps it is the will of the Great Serpent that I be here to help those in need.
I don't know, but that is really wild. All right. Are you being overworked?
Under normal circumstances? Yes. Under these circumstances, the concept of overworked doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're literally in a crisis, you know? It's not exactly, we're not paying, the hierarchy of needs is in disarray during something like this. What made you want to be a herald?
In Dazra, Violence is a part of life, starting from the day we are asked to sacrifice our growths. So much of our service is dedicated to bloodshed, and I grew tired of it. I wanted to perform miracles of a different kind, but I don't know if I am capable of such things.
Aw. I bet you are. Alright.
Let
See
me
you,
know
Groat
if there's
lover.
anything I can help you with.
I better eat. Let's see here. How about reactor soda? Sure, that's good. Chicken chunk.
I think
Lovely.
he may be trying to take a little too much on.
It's
Later.
okay, Antracia. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
If you
about
do
it.
not need medical assistance,
Trying to
please
keep
move
strong,
along.
but I fear I may be losing my mind.
It's going back here. Oh, no, I can't. Did I start tracking a different quest? Investigate the halls of healing. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I see. Whoa, floor not responding. Radiology, floor not responding. Lobby second floor, lobby first floor. Okay. Let's check the second floor.
Even in these trying times, we're doing all we can to keep House Laroon supplied.
Okay. That goes outside, I guess onto a balcony. What do you have to say? Hasmak Dulkef? Oh, you have nothing to say. Oh look, I can't even... Your UI doesn't even pop up anymore. Is it bugged?
Fine,
Oh, there we go.
I'm glad to see you. Malibor has kept me informed of the situation. The deadlock of the High Council. I hope your presence here means things have changed.
Your help will be the first step in fixing this mess. Let's not waste time. I understand you have information for me. It's a shame Malibor couldn't have been informed of whatever it is you claim to have for me. Who is Malibor again? Can I open my quest? No, I can't. I don't think this is related to what I was here for. I forgot what you wanted. Okay. It's a shame Malibor couldn't have been informed of whatever it is you claim to have for me.
I can only assume you'd say such a thing because you are new to our customs. I shall therefore forgive it.
Thank you
I'm
for your
pleased
forgiveness,
that
I
the
guess.
council is once again working towards a solution. It felt wrong not to help. Do you know where I was when it happened? The incident, they call it. I was in the temple next door, conversing with my cousin. I was in the middle of replying to him about, I don't even recall. Some meaningless bit of family drama, I am sure. One moment he was there, and the next, gone. My cousin, the floor, the wall, just gone. I found myself looking out at the scaled citadel, unable to comprehend. And now, here I stand, the elder of House Dulkev.
That's wild. Somehow your story is even more like, I don't know, outlandish or ridiculous than the guy on the first floor. I'm sorry for your loss. You're lucky to be alive. I'm here for information, not a story. Well, you're lucky to be alive.
Lucky? Perhaps. I have been pondering it.
And you're cursed.
The luck is a consideration if the great serpent guides all things. You cannot imagine it. A single moment of pure, terrible silence. A meter's distance was all that separated me from whatever has become of Dazra. I find that through all the chaos and the scrambling since, my mind drifts back to that moment. I could be gone as well. But here I remain, spared. And I do not know why.
Serpent's embrace. The Great Serpent has a plan for you, as he does for us all. You can't dwell on the past. Have to keep moving forward. Other people are suffering right now, and we can help them. You've been through a lot. Are you sure you're up to leading? I'm very curious if we had selected two of the other two, like, belief systems, if there would also be reactivity here, right? In a place that is very theocratic. I'm very curious if we would be able to at all exert, like, for instance, have House of Enlightenment checks, just as we're getting so many Serpent's Embrace here. You've been through a lot. Are you sure you're up to leading?
Do I have a choice? We who are left must take action if House Varun is to survive.
Right. Well, the Great Serpent has a plan for you, as he does for us all.
Perhaps. But it has come at such a cost. I'm sorry. I should shoulder my own burdens, not force them upon you. I've grown so tired of the Council squabbling, and I want no further part in it. I have no demands, no requests. All must serve. And House Dulkev is no exception.
Serpent's Embrace. Your selflessness will not go unnoticed. Everyone seems to want something out of this. You have no idea if this is going to pay off, do you? That's why you're only telling me now. This could have been shared with the Council long before I got here. Serpent's Embrace check. Let's see where it goes. Your selflessness will not go unnoticed.
That remains to be seen. Here is what I can tell you. Sometime before our current calamity, Enesco Varun approached me looking for information about his grandfather's time. He was frustrated at the lack of progress. House Dulkev keeps extensive records, you see. While I was never told the exact reason behind the inquiry, I was able to deduce a fair amount. I provided him with the shipping manifests from the time of the Serpent's Crusade, materials and equipment that suggested some highly specialized research. I told Enesco where those materials had been sent. Weeks later, well, you've seen the Citadel. You know as well as any where we are now.
You think it's all related. You must have found something. I don't see a connection. You think it's related?
The timing is too close to be coincidence. Enesco returned from the site in unusually good spirits. He boasted of something called the Vortex Interlock, and that it was the key to unlocking some new unseen potential. Whatever records exist of this interlock were swallowed up with the Citadel. And as for the original site, executors were sent, but did not return. And we can spare no more casualties. So I suggest you visit Malin Dam to the southeast. I believe it is more than it seems. It is the only place to learn more about these vortex interlocks and what connection they may have to the events at the Citadel. And should your search be fruitful, make sure it is known that House Dulkev was proud to serve when called upon.
Okay. Exhuming the past, reach Malin Dam. Oops. I'm very curious if they'll go this route of effectively, right? If it is the case that Enesco really did know, or someone knew and intentionally, deliberately did this, are they like trying to set it up to where this is like a micro version, like a microcosm, or like a smaller scale version of the invention of the grav drive, right? Because mind you, on Earth, grav drive technology was created and advanced initially, knowing by at least one party that it could have, or either could have or would definitely have, catastrophic repercussions on Earth, right? But they measured and figured that the ends justified the means after following their encounter with some unknown starborn right, who gave them the information, which we don't really have any answers on who that is, how that paradoxically seems to have gone down. But regardless, that's what's up. It feels almost as if what this dude is positing turns out to be true in some form, right, whether or not it's an ASCO, but it could be anybody. Maybe that's it. Maybe whoever, right, maybe in pursuit of getting in contact with the Great Serpent again, as they had originally, right? At sort of the beginning of House of Varun, when Jinan first encountered the Great Serpent or whatever while grav jumping, I think. What if part of the experiment was like involving the faith, you know, sort of recreating the exact conditions wherein they were to potentially advance grav drive technology, you know, in some way or another. We don't really know how, right? Whatever advancement that they were talking about, I assume involving like the phantasms, you know, something in that form. And they knew that, oh, this could come at a potentially catastrophic cost, albeit at a far smaller scale. It's just part of the city relative to like an entire planet of many cities and many people undergoing this horrifying change, right? But thematically, it's very similar, you know? What if that's very deliberate in that they wanted to recreate that condition in the hopes that, I don't know, effectively sacrificing a bunch of people, a bunch of an area would be enough to, like, lure out the Great Serpent in order to, like, you have to sacrifice life, whether that be, like, plant life or whatever on a planet or like, more sentient life. You know, a sacrifice is needed to offer to the Great Serpent to be able to bear witness to it. I wonder if that's a long part of their, at least like a splinter group's ideology. Okay, now where am I? Golly, where am I for real? Okay, let's track this. I'm still investigating the halls of healing, actually. Let's go back in, take the elevator to the other section. Potentially getting yet another quest. You can definitely tell that the questing here is really, really dense compared to even the bigger cities in the core game, right? At least so far. Maybe we just had a wild run of luck and just happen to be hitting places where we're just getting quests nonstop.
I'm sorry, but this wing of the hospital is under investigation. You'll have to leave.
Give slate. Kizrani sent me. This slate should provide me access. Just let me through. I don't have access. I was hoping you'd give it to me. Kizrani sent me.
Even with the cataclysm, this is highly irregular. But not surprising. Kisrani is obsessed with transparency and often seeks independent help. I find this tendency unwise.
And by unwise, he means a complete disregard for operational security.
Finally, a Varun robot, huh?
Possibly. And yet, despite what I said, and unsaid, she persists in doing so. So, we must come to a compromise.
A good compromise leaves everyone unhappy. This one was particularly miserable.
I will give you the keycard to Ukaru's computer. You will be able to access documents and correspondence for the past month. Any further access will require admin privileges, which I am not willing to grant.
I understand. Persuade. That's not good enough. I need admin privileges. What if I end up needing admin privileges? What if I end up needing them?
Then you are out of luck.
In a bind, high and dry, up the creek without a paddle.
Exactly that.
Is this guy so friendly with this robot and like works alongside the robot so much that he speaks It's not an accent. I mean, he definitely has like an accent, right? I mean, you know, everybody does. But it's not so much paying attention to his accent, but his cadence of speech is kind of similar to the robot. No? Am I right, or am I right about this? That he kind of talks in a robotic way. You know, the way in which he puts emphasis on different syllables and all of that. Persuade. That's not good enough. I need admin privileges.
I apologize, but you were only given access to view the computer's records. Admin privileges are restricted to House officials only.
See? Yeah, the way in which he speaks, he talks like he talks robotic, right? The state of Dazra is such that using the normal channels is impossible. Stop wasting my time. You should be aware of who I am and what I'm capable of. Ukaru Dilkef has been absent from his post. Whatever privacy rights he had are now forfeit. Let's say that.
Indeed. As long as we limited your permissions, I suppose the situation might merit granting you access.
I'm here on behalf of Kizrani Dilkef. There's no reason not to grant me full approval. Surely we can break the rules here, given all that's happened. Ukaru might be in danger. The more you block me, the more trouble he could be in. Let's do an easy one. We only need one more pip. I'm here on behalf of Kizrani Dilkef. There's no reason not to grant me full approval.
True. Although Kisrani did not request admin access for you, I would expect her to, if it's required for her investigation. I suppose, given all that's happened, exceptions must be made. You'll be granted temporary admin privileges to Ukaru's computer. That should be enough for you to do your investigation.
Did Ukaru give you any details about what he was up to? I think we can, yeah, we'll just exhaust all these from the top. Did Ukaru give you any details about what he was up to?
Unfortunately, rather than use the proper channels, he chose to start his own investigation.
A very unfortunate choice.
I will not pretend to know the particulars of this case. I will say this. We are House Dilkef. We have a reputation.
What is your reputation,
We are
really?
professional. We are exacting.
We don't make mistakes.
Oh.
Precisely.
When did Ukaru last check in for work?
Ukaru hasn't logged into his station for some time. I've had to process several write-ups documenting his absence.
Dereliction of duty, failure to serve, fireable offenses all around.
We've also had to shift resources and people to make up for his absence. Suffice to say, it has made navigating this current situation more difficult.
Is it unusual for Ukaru to abandon his post?
It is highly unusual for anyone to display such disobedience, especially now. Such actions are tantamount to heresy. Loss of employment is the most likely outcome.
A beheading isn't off the table.
It would be done humanely, of course.
Good lord. Has anyone else been allowed entry here?
Several. The halls of healing are extremely busy. We can't keep track of every individual that passes through. In particular, the patients. We had to usher one out of here just now, who claimed to have a crippling headache.
Given the patient himself was a headache, it's likely genetic.
The admin privileges I've granted you will allow you to view the access logs, however, that track the last users to sign in.
Okay, well thank you.
Now, to get back to these spreadsheets.
Can I talk to the robot separately? No. Okay. I like the two of them. They're like a little comedy duo. Got some money here. I can actually just freely take it. Cool. Sure, staff only back here. But now I do have like... I have full access, right? I should be able to go back here. No problem. Yeah.
If you require aid, Antonirada at the Halls of Healing may be able to assist you, if she can spare the supplies.
Okay. I met with her. Junk flush. Now that is stealing.
If
Now look at your computer.
has not been eliminated or kidnapped, he will likely be terminated upon his return. Regardless
Kentucky.
of who survived the incident, the work must go on. All must serve.
Okay.
Remember this. We are always watching.
Anonymous tip? To Ukaru Dulkef. Executor Dulkef, if you have not lately, I highly suggest you do an audit of your supply chain. Look for shipments put on hold and approved remotely. As for how I know, well, call me a concerned citizen with an eye for this sort of thing. Oh, and do hurry. A good lead is like a puff of smoke. Hard to miss, but wait too long, and it's gone. What? Who talks like this? Oh, and do hurry. Okay. It does say that this is illegal, though I have full access. I'm quick saving. Okay. Ukaru Dulkef's logs? Ukaru Dulkef's logs. Department Ministry of Commerce. Executor Ukaru Dulkef. Supervising Executor Kizrani Dulkef. Record deleted. Record deleted. Use the built-in archive recovery or talk to an administrator for further information. Restore archive. Deleted archives restored. Okay. I guess we'll start from the left and go toward the right. Shipments put on hold. The other day I received a message from an anonymous source insisting that I do an audit of our supply chain. Very peculiar. Normally I would dismiss such a missive, but in the wake of the cataclysm, showing additional diligence here is prudent. As a result, I've performed an audit of our supply data, and what I've found is troubling to say the least. Several shipments that were supposed to be routed to institutions in need were put on hold for reasons that are unclear. Strange. Typically, this is done when a shipment is suspected of containing contraband or worse. And yes, I understand weapon shipments must be carefully examined, but many of these crates contain med packs, construction materials, and other essential resources. They were all approved via a remote login code, which allowed them to bypass the normal approval process. This is something only high-ranking officials would have access to? Question mark? I've done an export of the access logs, but I can't store the results here. I'll export it to a slate and hide it in a box in Kizrani's office. I'll also be placing tracking devices on future supply shipments in hopes of catching them being moved. Generated report. 103944. Remote desktop log opened. Memory page 128. Min. 496 max. Maximum stack depth 100. This is a remote log only. Or a remote log record only. All direct login history will be ignored. 104153. Log exported to slate. Okay. Well, we definitely need to get that from Kizrani's room. Missing shipments. Filter by access remote login. Department not available. Clearance code not available. Generic resources HV 229 4G marked for hold. Medical supplies yada yada marked for hold. Weapons crate yada yada marked for hold. Munitions crate yada yada marked for hold. Ship parts yada yada marked for hold. Restored. Tracking the shipment. I knew it. The supply crates are on the move. I extended the range of the tracking devices used to locate crates in large warehouses. With the increased distance, I can see when the shipment was placed on hold, confiscated, and placed in lockup, all from my office computer. I won't be able to follow the crates until they leave the facility completely. But when they do, I'll set my scanner to the device's frequency, 99.014809, which should lead me to wherever they're being forwarded. Maybe if I know who's receiving them, I can ask the larger question. Who is stealing these shipments? For them to do this so cleanly, it must have been someone with connections inside the great houses. Restored. Am I being followed? The other day, I could have sworn I was being followed. It was just a feeling, but a very strong one. Sometimes, in crowded spaces, you can sense the people around you, constricting the oxygen until the air itself collapses around your throat. That's what it felt like. My breath felt tighter and tighter, my pursuer coming closer and closer, until I could feel their presence standing right behind me. But when I turned around, there was no one there. Curious. It must be my anxiety. Or maybe it's something else. I know I am very close to uncovering something big, something that may even implicate one of the great houses, and on top of that, they're shamefully using the Cataclysm as a cover. The next few days will be eventful. That is clear. My palms are damp with excitement. Yeah, the real question is it just coincidence that they're using the Cataclysm as cover in this case, right? Like if it's one of the great houses, someone high-ranking in there, are they using it as cover, or did they create that cover in the first place to do stuff like this? You know? I guess it depends on what they're using it for. Like if it's worth causing such a horrible thing to occur. Login records. Okay. Yada yada. Oh, remote login. Okay. Sure. We didn't get any trouble for that. Okay. Let's take a peek back here. Do a quick save just in case. Bunch of junk. Sure. Oh, I can actually go out there, I bet. Research wing got totaled. Oh. Look at this. Whoa. Look at this, Andrasia. It's a party room. Anything else over here? Research lab. Okay. Bunch of FEV. Oh, no, wait. This is like one of those power cells we found earlier on the station. I wonder if that's linked to it. Okay. Through here. Anything of interest? Shielded lab outfit. No, thank you. Some heal gel. I definitely want that. Trauma pack. Okay. Anything over here? Another door. Now where am I? Okay. I'm having a difficult time parsing and, like, understanding the interior layout of this place. Nice fountains. Oh, here we are. Okay. So we've looped back. Can I go through that? No. Research wing down here. Did I come up from here? No. Restroom. Anything good in here? Okay. Nothing weird in the bathroom. Oh, whoops. Okay. Yep, nothing. Okay, fair enough. More of the research wing, a little bit lower down. Sure, yeah, we were just over that way. Was there something else here that I could peek at? Yeah, we had gone through this. And then up here, yeah, here's a statue we had seen from over there. Okay. A lot of candles and whatnot. Room D0. Haven't been in here. Okay. Is there a reason to be in here, though? I don't think so. Another office there. Did I skip over one of them? No. Let's check out this office. Nobody in here. Coffee bag. Switch for the shutters. Notepad. Budget concerns. Text log. To redeem from Lemire. My role as a herald compels me to remind you of the crucial role the Great Serpent plays in the healing process of those who enter here. The spiritual guidance from our shrines and ceremonies are as essential as the medical treatments at the halls of healing. It is imperative to our citizens' well-being, and I urge you to reconsider the currently planned budget with a substantial increase to these matters. I have observed a noticeable increase in recent budgets allocated to ever more expensive and specialized machines in the hospital. While these are undoubtedly important for our medical staff, it is vital to demonstrate an unwavering commitment to the ideals and teachings of Jinan Varun. Surely the head of medicine would not wish to be seen as unsupportive of the Great Serpent's role in the full and complete healing of our citizens. Blessings, Lemire. I like that that's a little point of contention here, right? Okay. Very, very much like problems that would arise from having some sort of theocracy in a science fiction universe, right? Whenever it sort of comes to odds with various technology. Which, honestly, problems that arise from a theocracy, period, you know? It just depends on... right, it's just not science fiction technology that becomes a talking point. Okay, how about in here? Notepad. Not a data slate, though. Anything new on these? Every variable determined here has gone through extensive testing to validate something. And absolute decay rate. Purity and absolute decay rate. Outside peer reviews welcome. Looks like cakes down there. Huh. Okay. Sure. I wonder if this is all stuff that we had seen before in the core game. I don't know. It may be new, like, whiteboard science, you know? Related to whatever grav drive stuff they've been working on here. Alright. I'm curious how sacred they hold something like the grav drive. You know, if it's their only means of, as far as they know, ever contacting the Great Serpent. Like, how sacred do they hold that process? Okay. Or maybe it's that there is one of the houses holds it very sacred. Can I debrief with you after I've done all that?
A hospital is not an ideal location to execute trades, especially given the needs of the medical staff. Trade is vital now more than ever. We need to ensure supplies are being delivered to areas of need.
Okay.
Let me know if you have any further questions.
May the Great Serpent guide you, and the rest of us.
Sure, let's go over here. And lobby first floor. So where do we track this to?
Is it urgent or can it wait?
Do we just have it on our watch
I
now?
haven't seen my sister in days. Great Serpent, I pray nothing has happened to her.
I mean, she probably got zapped away or whatever. Or was she not one of the people who got zapped away?
We have displeased the Great Serpent, so do not agitate him any further.
Oh.
It has been quite a challenge to keep all of the records in order.
So they, yeah, right, of course. Of course they see it as them having displeased the Great Serpent because, like they said, it's wrath, right? The incident, some of them are considering it to be the wrath of the Great Serpent. Okay.
It is difficult to imagine Dazra recovering.
I wonder what it is that they think, like how they've displeased the Great Serpent, right? Just the research and grav drive tech? Just trying to contact the Great Serpent in such a way? Let's see, how far out do we need to go for this? Let's pop open the map here. Oh. Going back to our ship? Yeah, it looks like it. Or no, wait, this is not our ship. Yeah, this is the big one. The morning whatever it is, right? Yeah, okay. Sure. Should we also check out some of these other places? Good Exchange, Depository. I mean, we could go peek at the armory, right? Oops. Okay. Though I do worry that going over to the armory will cause us to get a quest or so. Wow, look at this. Huh. Good. Anything on top of here? Like at the tippy top? No. Look, we've never been here really before. Of course we need to jump around on top of the buildings. Okay. So let's proceed through this way. I do think we should go over to the armory real quick.
Pray that the Great Serpent will.
Is that it right there? Yeah. Scan those. Seaweed farm. Definitely want to see one of those. Oh, there's a few. That makes sense. Way Shrine of Redemption. Chunks. Whoa, Chunks is out here? How? I mean, I guess it makes sense. There were Groat Chunks. Is Chunks somehow in contact? Because, mind you, yeah, they have Groat Chunks. Gosh, yeah, we need to figure out how that works. Is it like a franchise of Chunks that is just like completely broken off? Is it like a splinter faction of Chunks? The Keep. Armory. But yeah, notice something like the Trade Authority does not really exist here as far as we know. Granted, this is very much like Trade Authority colors right here, right now. Okay.
I pray the serpent still favors us to have allowed us to live. Diviner.
What a nerdlinker. Alright. Hey.
You do not have approval to trade with me.
Oh, I don't?
Sorry, but you will have to get approval before you can buy any weapons from me.
Oh, okay. Shit, you don't gotta say it like that. Good lord, come on. I'm not like, it's not like I'm 5 years old. Oh, sorry, buddy. You don't have approval to trade with, you gotta go get approval first. Come on. Okay. Let's go over here. Where the hell are we going? Are we actually going beyond the town? Yeah, is this like one of the main gates leading out? I don't see another marker that's blue. Yeah, we'll follow it. Fuck it. Why not? We should do this anyway before we start fast traveling in and out of town, right? Oh, what the hell? Oh, I use this. Big old switch here. Alright. Sure. Look, the Elder Scrolls player in me sees two big doors like that, and I'm like, shit, I gotta walk up to those. That's how I get in and out of here. Oh, a lot of, like, skittering and chittering. Look at this. Wow, it looks neat as hell. Speaking of Skyrim. Got some Aurora Borealis situation going on. Okay. Wow. Weird to be on the outside of the city and have all of this also seemingly be like handcrafted areas and environments, right? Very unlike Starfield. I'm so curious how they'll handle... Oh, sealant. I'm so curious how they'll handle the next DLC. You know? Which they have confirmed there will at least be 2, no matter what. Right, that's on the docket. What form or shape it takes, who can say? Oh shit, I'm hungry and thirsty now. Okay. I'll take one of these, and I need a drink too. I guess I'll drink a orange. Good. How far out is this? Jeez, it's really out there. Okay. One of the crucial differences, though, is that we can't see trails or anything. You know? Is there a normal path out there? Because this path is clearly leading to the seaweed farm. There is definitely a trail. Groat Farm. Well, see, it goes right there. Maybe we'll just have to run through the fields. That might be what we gotta do. Wow. Okay. What other biomes are there on this planet, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so we're in Rocky Desert. Yeah, makes sense. Is it all rocky desert? Sandy desert. Frozen craters. What about this, like, molten part? Sandy desert. Rocky desert. Okay. Fair enough. Frozen craters again. Sure. Okay. Here's another path, I think? No. This is, however. Can we go in this? No. Security checkpoint or something, I guess? Oh, shit. Wonder if we should be taking the car out here, too. Over this way. There's some, like, bird creatures flying around, but I can't hardly see them against the night sky. Look at this shit, Andrasia. That's pretty cool, huh? I'm liking it. Okay. Whoa. Hunting Rocky Bonecrest. Are they hostile creatures? I think they are. Okay. Let's fuck them up.
Open fire.
There we are.
They should have known that.
What about these other ones? They look a bit more docile. Oh, it's a groat. Let's go over here and try and do some looting.
I hope wherever you store that, the smell will not be an issue.
Creature pile. Oh no, the groats have been slain. Dude, groats are big. And they scream, apparently. Look at them. Gosh, they were murdered. These groats weren't just killed. They were murdered. Okay. Some iridium, uranium, grotium. God, I wish there was grotium. Connemara? Hamadi Station. A rocky nautilus scavenger. Groats have all been scanned. Okay, good. Well, I guess we can continue on from here out there. No? Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think we'll call it here for now. And when next we return, our jaunt through the wilderness continues all the way up to the mysterious shipment location. Oh, and we may run into a groat farm as well. Looks like it's by a Hollow Bluff depot. Okay. Might check it out as well. The tracker on our watch is just having us, like, go cross-country, not even following the path. Very curious, very interesting. All right, well, until next time, please take care of each other.